Disappear.
I mean, some things disappear, kind of like 3-1 leads. It's funny that
Mm.
y'all was talking about coaches, and it was funny that y'all was talking about coaches. Because as soon as you said something about Dan Hurley, I was like, man, that sound like Doc making excuses.
Mm.
Hey man, well look, Doc Rivers said he don't get enough credit for winning 3 games in a playoff series while blowing 3-1 leads. Like you want the credit for winning 3 games, but don't want the discredit for blowing the actual lead. All you had to do is win one more game, Doc. So we're gonna say, what you say, Doc? And I'm gonna tell you what Doc said before Joe answers this, right? Because he said no one tells a real story, and I'm fine with that. I can't do Doc voice for this long because I might mess up. I got other topics to introduce, but it's unfair in some ways. I don't get enough credit for the 3 wins. I get credit for losing. Duh. But I always say, what if we had lost to Houston in 6? No one cares. One thing that I'm proud of is we never been swept. I can't wait to hear what you say after this. I'm gonna repeat that. One thing I can say that I'm proud of is that we've never been swept. All the coaches that have been swept in the playoff, my team's a cheat. He sound like a cow. All right. A lot of them overachieve, and I'm very proud of that. Joe, you want me to list the teams that he had a 3-1 lead against?
No, it's cool.
All right, cool. Do your thing, Joe.
I feel like it's a broken record. I think we talked about this before because this is in my notes already. I ain't had
We
to make new notes.
we talked about this in the NBA chat for sure. I think we might have had we might have
On the
talked about
show.
it on here, maybe.
Yeah, y'all had this in my notes from last year. It's crazy. 2 years ago, matter of fact. 2 years ago.
You didn't have to write that down. Just
Yeah, I
right.
didn't. It's the same daggone notes. Literally.
So 2 years
Bro,
ago,
I just
promises was all you heard.
I just had to add one stat. Doc Rivers, first of all, Doc, come on. JJ Redick said it already on ESPN, first take. He doesn't take accountability. That's his problem. You want to hear coach. I did my not so average top 5 coaches, right? And one thing I said about Nick Sirianni was what? The man takes all the criticism. When a team lose, when Jalen Hurts fumbles, he says, I gotta do a better job. Like, bro, no, you don't. Boy gotta just hold the ball more. So like that's what coach is supposed to do, take responsibility in the media. Now, you want to coach your team through the media, that's fine also, but you also got to put yourself in the team when as far as accountability. Doc Rivers, do y'all know this? He has the NBA record for the most losses in Game 7, which is 10. He lost 10 Game 7 games. And a lot of times, Game 7s, it comes down to who wanted more, who's more prepared. Coaching has a lot to do with that. Also, he has a 17-33 record in closeout games.
Bruh.
You think that's a coincidence? 17-33 record in closeout games. And you look at the teams he had in his career, why is he 17? This is including the first round and the second round. Like, it's including when they play the bad teams. 17-33 record in closeout games. Now, in 2003, when he was up 3-1 on the Pistons, when he had T-Mac, I would give him grace on that one because T-Mac was unbelievable in the first 4 games. He was unbelievable. He was on a heater. Then the last 3 games, he kind of shot poorly and they lost. And they were not the better team. They were the 8th seed. I give him that. But that's all I'm giving him. Because in 2009, he was up 3-2 on the Orlando Magic. Lost 2 straight. Now, don't get me wrong, KG got hurt. But you up 3-2 on Orlando Magic. And then you lost 2 straight while scoring the least points in that series in each game. The last 2 games they lost to blow the lead, that's the least amount of points they scored in that whole series. Choke job. Including about 19 at home. They lost about 19 at home, y'all. That's ridiculous. 2010 against the Lakers. They were up 3-2. I told y'all, I'm a Kobe fan. I was rooting for the Lakers. I was like, dang, they are 3-2. It's going to be tough. And what happened? Lakers won 2 straight. Won 2 straight. They just wanted them more. Lost that game. Or lost that series. 2012 against the Miami Heat. You up 3. You beat Miami in Miami. And you go back home up 3-2. Just close the deal out. LeBron comes, go crazy. scored 44 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, something crazy like that. And then game 7, you lose to Miami. Another ball you drop. Now, this is the one right here, y'all. 2015. I mentioned before on the show. It's coming back to me now. 2015, y'all. The one he made an excuse. Oh, Chris Paul was on one leg. Okay. You are 3-1 against Houston. In 2015, the second round. You got the Clippers. Great team. Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, JD. All these guys. Up. So look at this. You up 3-1. The Clippers were up 87 to 68. They up 3-1, y'all. 87 to 68 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. They should win that game, right? Do y'all know what happened after that, y'all? They were outscored 51 to 20 for the rest of the game. They lost 119 to 107, and he's talking about some Chris Paul was on one leg. Well, let me tell you the players that played those minutes to close the game out. Dwight Howard, Terrence Jones, Corey Brewer, Trevor Ariza, John Smith, Jason Terry. Harden didn't even play. So it wasn't like James Harden went crazy. Literally, the backups came in and took the lead from them and won that game. And then they lost the next 2 games. And then lastly, the bubble. Oh, nobody wanted to be there. You're the coach. Bro, you the coach. Your job is to keep the team together. That's your job. Your job is to empower your leaders, Kawhi and Paul George. And your job is to keep the what's the one I'm looking for? The vibes. Like the coach, the coach does that. The coach gotta make sure the vibes are right. The vibes were off in the bubble. But they were up 3-1 on the Nuggets. And they had double-digit leads in all the games they gave up. Every game they was up double digits in the second half and gave up 3 games in a row. So, Doc Rivers, stop the cat, bro. Like for real. Like, stop what you're doing, bro. You always come out and see. I read the interview. I don't know if they asked him about it though. Did they ask him about the 3-1 leads, or did he just come out and voluntarily say, I don't know. But in my DeMarcus Cousins voice, this is ridiculous. We need to get that soundbite, man. This is ridiculous.
Stop the cap.
Trash.
Yo. Go ahead, Dave.
I mean, what is there left for me to say? I feel like Joe said everything. It's just, this is hilarious, man. All I can do is laugh at this because Doc just knows how to ruin himself. That's what he's really good at. He's really good at putting himself in a bad picture. Doc, we already say this about you already, that you're a choke artist. You coach choke teams. That's just what you do. Joe, you know what? I said something earlier this year about the Bucks. I'm taking that back. I'm taking it back. The Bucks are not going to the NBA Finals. I'm taking it back. Bruh. I can't believe I even said that. Now thinking about everything, hearing what he said, I can't believe that I actually believe that Doc Rivers was going to get there. Maybe I thought that Giannis and Dame was going to be able to get there in spite of Doc Rivers. But then again, it's Doc Rivers. He's going to find a way to have them lose some kind of a lead, for them to lose a series, and then I'm going to be like, well, there's no reason why I should have even picked them anyway. And the Bucks just, the crazy thing is when he took over the team, they were 30-11, and they fired the coach that was in front of him. They got worse when he took over. How do you get worse when you're supposed to be moving on to a better coach? I just don't understand it. And then he went and got, Darvin Ham came back. He went back to the Bucks. They won the in-season tournament. People was like, oh, okay, yeah, look, they back. Now look, defense still trash. Still trash. It don't make no sense. I don't really know what else to say. Like I said, Joe said everything. Joe had everything I wrote down. Joe had already said. So it's no point in me repeating what Joe said. The Bucks just got Giannis. Just find a way to go somewhere else if they're gonna keep Doc. Dame, I mean, you there now. You there now. Should have been in Miami, but you know, we'll talk about that later. I, as far as I know, Celtics are going back to the finals. As far as I know, because the Bucks they might not even sniff the Eastern Conference Finals. So you know they'll be lucky to get out of the first round, in my opinion. I mean they're gonna be the fourth seed right now. That's what they are, the fourth seed in the Eastern Conference. Probably not even that. They're the fifth seed, aren't they? Isn't the Pacers
Yeah,
the
they're the
fourth
fifth
seed?
seed. Yeah, they're the fifth seed.
So I mean,
the Pacers first round. That's a
Pacers
matchup.
put you out. Pacers put you out before. I can see it happening again. I can see it happening again.
I can see it too.
You be lucky.
I'm calling now. Matter of fact, my bad. Go ahead, Dave.
They'd be lucky to get out the first round. Joe, I'm with you. I don't believe in them. I just don't. They don't have enough defense. They don't have enough of anything to be able to get it done. So it's not happening.
Dave, you said you don't know what to say. I know what the little voice in your head was saying.
My guy, you in the doghouse.
That's exactly what Joe put him. He put him right in the dog. He said, no, you go in the back. In the corner right there. We'll talk to you in a minute. Because the part that got me was, well, at least I've never been swept. Like, what? What do you... Hold on, wait. Going off of everything, because if Joe got the notes, and we all seen the games, I know those reporters that heard you say that, seen those games, and for you to say, well, at least we never got swept, and I want my credit for at least winning the 3 games. Why do you want somebody to come in and say, well, hey, Doc, you know what? Well, at least you got 3. Like, you weren't supposed to even beat most of them teams, so you got 3 wins. Like, you should feel good about that. No. The whole point of a series is to get up and close it out. Like, why do you think everyone kills the Warriors for that deficit that they got? Like, they killed.
You play to win the game.
Right there. Like, people kill the Warriors when they talk about LeBron winning his first championship in Cleveland because of the lead that they had in the series. It's like, you just got to win one. You just need to win one. Doc, you were in this situation countless times. Like, the years is just crazy. And the teams that you had is also crazy. Now, I can see if you had, like, this Wizards team and you went up 3-1, and everybody was like, all right, Doc, you blew the lead. Like, y'all really weren't supposed to be there. But half of those teams, you were actually supposed to be there. Again, the bubble, making an excuse. Nobody really wanted to be in the bubble. LeBron did. The Heat did. The teams that wanted to get to the finals, they actually wanted to be there because they had something to win. The Rocket series, like, you can't say that Clippers team was bad. Like, the teams that you had don't add up to what you're trying to get by with. Now, if you had teams where it was just like, you know what, we're going to talk about it in just a second. Now, if you had like the Jimmy Butler Miami Heat and you were up 3-1 with those type of teams, boom, we would probably let you get away with something like that. But your teams were great. I'm with you. Joe, you said everything. You nailed it perfectly. People need to just stop asking Doc Rivers about his personal feelings about the game and just asking him about his most recent game, because whatever you say outside of that is just gonna be like, hey, bro, we don't believe you.
My issue is the excuses he's making. Did you see it? We were the AC, and we won 3-1. That was a really good coaching job. He just really patted himself on the back. Like, no, it was T-Mac. T-Mac was cooking. But like I said, I let you slide with that. But then against Houston, we didn't have home court advantage. Bro, you up 3-1. Like, what are you talking about? You had another home game after that. And Chris Paul was on one leg. James Harden didn't even play, and they came back and beat y'all. And in the bubble, that's the only one I would give up. But even in the bubble, I mean, nobody had home court advantage. I'm like, bro, this is an excuse every time. Just take the L, bro.
Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. And stop trying to take credit for getting there, for having a lead. It's not, no one gets credit for having a lead. No one gets credit for getting in. Exactly. That just means you didn't have enough to close it out. That's not good. It's not good. What do you think?
You have the most Game 7 losses in history.
Man, why do you think I criticize Kyle Shanahan so much? Because you get there and you don't close it out. You don't get credit for getting there. You don't get credit for getting there.
He said, we losing 6, then like if we losing 6, nobody make a big deal. You might be right, Doc. But the fact that you up 3-1 and you needed to win 1 game out of 4, like, come on, bro. Like, and you already won 3. So, like, you capable of winning 1 more game. Like, That's the problem, Doc.
I know that reporter had a field day when he heard that. When he was like, "Nah, he ain't just say that. Well, at least we never been swept."
I know, right? Hey, I left that one alone. I know you want to talk about that part. At least we didn't get swept. Hey,
That's like asking a quarterback at a rally, "How you feel?" Well, I think we close to the Eagles. Hey, Doc, you and Dak been hanging out, bro. Oh man, I can't. Oh, sports, bro. I'm telling you, if you are having a down day, there's going to be a sports clip somewhere that's just gonna make you laugh, man. Or there's gonna be a guy that's